Hello and welcome back to LEGO City Undercover. This is BioEnchanted and today we'll be clearing out Bright Lights Plaza, the shopping mall. So let's do so, shall we? And look at that multiplier, that's all four that we've currently got applied at once. 1, 2, 3 and 4. For a total of a times 300, sorry, I meant 2, 3, 4 and 8, I'm an idiot. For a total of 384 subs for every single sub we collect. Which means we'll be racing through the millions at this point, even faster than we were before. So let's head up here first of all, which is kind of on the junction of Bright Lights Plaza and Pagoda. And up here we get some more funny little moments of dialogue and a new gang to beat up. So let's do so, shall we?
Excuse me, mister. Why are you dressed as a dinosaur?
So I can tell all you kids about our exciting new range of dinosaur toys. Roar! Roar! Roar!
Oh,
Sorry, that
I
movie
assumed it was
slipped.
because you didn't pay attention in school.
Roar!
I like that little defeated wall, that's cute.
Hello, I'd like to buy this complete set of Space Galaxy Ranger spaceships, please.
Certainly. Are they for you?
No, don't be ridiculous. What do you think I am, some sort of weirdo collector?
Oh, sorry. Do you need any batteries for them?
And take them out of their packages? They'll lose all their value. Yes.
LEGO, don't make fun of collectors, they're your entire demographic.
This toy truck.
What's the magic
Where
word?
you get most of your money from.
I want this toy truck, or I'll tell Dad how much those shoes you bought cost.
Close enough.
I quite like that one, that's pretty good. That's one woke baby.
I love coming to this toy shop. It reminds me of being a kid.
When the cops weren't allowed to arrest you.
Yeah, happy days. Anyway, we can't yap forever. Have you stolen everything you wanted?
Yep.
Great. Then let's go see what discounts we can find at the shopping mall.
Shoplifters. I'm gonna make sure they pay the full price of their crimes.
I do love, by the way, the little animations on the side of that big toy shop. That's a really good little visual. That with all the little cars and planes and everything like that going along the building. That looks really good. That's just a cool thing that I like. And yeah, of course, as well as cars, you have, of course, a non-foot wave getting up here.
We'll start with a little window shopping and then make our move.
I like that the gang starts dancing on the disco floor as well. That's just, this area in general has a lot of really good touches like that are really funny. I quite like.
It's a cop! Get
It's a nice disco floor too.
So you wanna play it this way, do you?
I want to play it that way actually. Slightly different ways, there's a distinction.
Goodbye. Stop! Or I will keep running after you.
Not just surprising loud. Heck! There's a weird noise he made there. Not many gangs to go. Of course, there was actually another route we could have taken over here, so let's take care of that as well, shall we? Those poles look promising, let's see where they lead. I like that this kind of area gives you a good look at all the stealth ones as well, so it allows you to see which ones have stuff in them and which ones don't, like which ones are just there for decoration, and which ones have actual purpose to them. That was lucky, I almost fell off there. That was embarrassing, I did fall off there. Took a bit to recover here. I hate this kind of 2D platform area with those little like annoying. I hate those blue pole things that you walk along the blue walkways because they're really hard to stay on. As any of the characters really, I just have so much trouble with them. And I don't know why I find them so difficult. They just don't seem to be as, at least in 2D, they don't seem as accurate as they really could be. It's really hard to land exactly on the right kind of dimension. That was close as well. That could have been bad. Ooh, 384 times, well, this many hundreds. This is going to be, yeah, that's a magical watching that number just shoot up that far. Of course, we have more stuff to do around here. We've done with this side of the street, but I was making sure I hadn't missed anything, because we've got a few disguises since last time we were here. Then, of course, here's one of the major orders of business. One of the reasons I was saving this part for the end game, because this area requires a lot of explosives. And I, again, at the time of recording, I didn't know initially where the explosives were when I first passed through this level. I know where they are now. They're by that shop. We saw them at the end of that particular video, but you know, I missed them for a reason. So let's take care of them now that we have infinite. Come on, Curb. You could get up there. Thank you, Chase. That was ridiculous. He just got stuck on the curb completely there. I don't even know what happened there. It was the strangest thing. But here we have our keys, so we can get to the doors so that we can blow up the statue. Sparkly. Kind of like the statues, they're pretty good looking. Decently framed, I guess would be. I'm not really sure what you'd call it when it comes to like building a statue, deciding how a statue should look. It's not quite, maybe blocking? Would that be the term? I think I'm sure that's more of a photography term, but yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of like explosives right next to each other in this area, so let's take care of those too. I also really like this particular set of things to do because it's all just, it's just playing with Lego at the Lego shop. It's a really cute little thing. Just building the things on the boxes pretty much, and that's a really cute little way of doing these kind of collectibles. Having it be something you can, that makes sense given the universe, while also being something you could actually buy. Of course, doing that gets us the lizard boy. Lizard man, but yeah. So let's get annoyed with this stupid thing. This is where I had a lot of trouble because of these bloody ceiling studs that I mentioned before, the bane of my existence, and this is why. These kind of angles make it really hard to judge how deep you are in them, and therefore how close you are to falling off like an idiot. And looking kind of foolish too. And by the way, you're always closer than you think you are to falling off and looking like an idiot. Like the little the maxi figure there, I'd call it minifigure, but doesn't really fit in this case. It's too big. Yeah, I never quite got consistency. See, I never quite got these consistent. I always have trouble with these. They're such a difficult thing for me personally to deal with. But luckily, we have a really good jetpack. So we can just say, nah, don't want to do that. This particular part, though, really sucks. Because you have to do these blue things at this really weird oblique angle that just does not work. It's so difficult to judge where you're supposed to actually land there. It's the most ridiculous thing. And this, behind the sign is just a big hole to fall down as well. There's just hollow back there. There's no floor. So I fell off right there because of that, by the way. I had to come all the way back up here as well. And I'm sure you see where this is going as well. But first of all, let's head down here. A to go down, there we are. Not B, which is contrary to what you'd expect for these kind of platformers, but there we go. I've already griped about that. There we are, we have a zombie. Interesting place for a zombie on the rooftop. Not where you'd normally expect to find them. And here, of course, this is the free run. The most annoying free run, in my opinion, in the game. Because it's just... the camera angles just do not do you any justice, any favours. But at least there's a pig in the mouth of a T-Rex. I like that platform's positioning right in the mouth of the T-Rex. That's a good visual. A lot of these billboards have really good visuals for that kind of stuff. It works really well and looks really good in general. And of course the cannon's all the way over here. But again, it kind of needs to be facing towards the farm, doesn't it?
Such a nice person.
Yeah, carrying that pig like a baby. Such a nice person. But more to go. Yeah, I failed the free one and had to reload the entire... I had to restart the free one, and at this point I was like, screw it. Let's just be cheeky about it and just do it with the jetpack all the way as far as I can get away with. Because of course I fell off at that bloody sign with the blue walkway thing. So here I was like, well, I can do this, but I can just do this. So let's just do that, shall we? Skip these blue walkways, they're nothing but trouble. They've put me in a bad mood, you can tell because of how I'm playing. I'm playing in a very kind of angry kind of way right now. Just, oh, come on, let me just skip all these terrible obstacles. And get to the top of this stupid building with these stupid blue walkways. Awkward as all hell. But we're nearly there now. We're past the worst part of it, so that's something nice. I quite like climbing that woman's balcony as well. There's a lot of really good visuals of the billboards in general that I didn't even catch on to that one until just now in this recording. When I'm recording my voice here, I mean not the recording of the level. That was... I just cottoned on to the climbing Rapunzel's tower thing, and that was a really good one. That'd be... Oops. Luckily we have plenty of time and we're practically at the end, so let's just take our thing and get to our thing and get in the mouth of our T-Rex. Never have to climb that again. We get our cheerleader friend too.
What?
I like all these unique textures on a lot of these buildings, even if a lot of the buildings don't really serve much purpose apart from to be visually interesting. And of course, it's time to actually climb them all now, from the other side of it, because of course, there's always some way to climb them all itself in the middle layer. I mean, why would it otherwise be here, if not to be climbed? It's a location that's ripe for climbing, really. It'd be weird not to climb it. Yeah, I fell there as well. Decided to skip that entire corner. I think I might have accidentally pressed B instead of A and got confused, but there we go. Hey, these climbs are much more straightforward. And this warp puts us somewhere particularly neat, and I quite like it for that. I always like these little environmental warps that put you in weird places, like, say, on top of a giant disco ball. That's pretty fun. The disco dude! And right on top of the disco dude's head as well. It's a really good place to put that one. And I like that little rocket going around that little toy shop inside as well. There's a lot of the fireworks shop where there's a lot of really good visuals that are kind of blink and you'll miss it in here. Like the waves on that on that shop as well, the surfing shop, and the multiple delis all over the place as well, which makes sense because it's a shopping district. Of course there's going to be a lot of restaurants. And of course on this side we have another way of climbing up. Well, along really, but it's over here. And this is a really long one as well, a really elaborate set of climbs. So, God forbid you fall off on any of these, and have no good way of cheating back up again if you fall off. I didn't, but I'm sure there's some way you can be kind of cheeky to get back to one of the later rooftop things, awnings, but for the most part this is the best way to get up here. Of course the other side of this big walkway. I like these little covered walkways, although they There's a lot of construction on that one that looks like it would be kind of in the way. But then again, that's probably now you're not really meant to get to as a civilian. Probably the lower box where you actually walk through the wall. It's just the mall we can't actually get inside, so. Oh no, we got run over by a train. That car's dangerous because it hit us in the head. I like the toy drummer, little drummer man with all his little super bricks all over his building blocks and everything like that. And the building blocks having the vehicles as well. That's like, the vehicles aren't just for show, they're actually advertising the building blocks. And that's a pretty clever little visual thing. Or at least they're advertising the shop itself. Like the shop's logo or something like that. But yeah, we also have a clockwork robot as well as a normal robot, so that's nice now. We have 2 robots. Yay. Yeah, this can be annoying to fall off, so let's just not, shall we? Let's just not fall off here, shall we? Of course it goes to this awning at the Opera House. Well, we drove off Forest Blackwell earlier, that was a neat moment. He was a likeable character, it's a shame he was completely insane. That's a bit janky because of that wire there, that doesn't quite work the way it should do. I'm kind of curious what that play is about, Jack 73. It sounds interesting. Only a little bit bewildering. Of course, over here we have yet another one of these that we'd almost forgotten about. Along with the magician, we also have one of these to build. Only one more of those now. Found 3 of them last time we were here. Now we're actually going to find the remaining 2. And of course, they're much more complicated to get to. The alien seems like it spawns quite far away, but it really doesn't, because you only really need to teleport over here to get to him. It's a lot closer than he seems like he is, and that's a neat kind of, not quite perspective trick, but context kind of a thing. There we have our new alien. 4 more aliens to go. And of course, it's right in the Opera House, so let's go pick him up, shall we? Well, those 2 do a synchronized tumble. I don't know if they're trying to impress Vexio, so they'll let them into his gang or something, but that was kind of weird, but yep. One of Vex's little buddies, Eddie Jojo, we saw him at the beginning of the construction yard level telling us that Vexio wanted a crane. Yeah, I kind of detoured a little bit to do nothing while we were waiting for that to climb, so I just kind of skipped to this. Because there was nothing I actually got or did while it was climbing, a bit growing rather. A lot of little jumps to make here, but don't you have a jetpack? Just a bunch of super bricks, but it's always nice to have a few more. And of course this is disappointing. All it is a colour gun swapper, who cares? So over here we have this building. And this is a fairly interesting building for reasons we'll see. Starters will climb it to get to the awnings over here first of all. And then we'll see how to get up the rest of the building and see why it's so interesting to me. I really do not need these, but yeah. 623,000, I'm kind of curious how many more we can get. It won't be that much more many, we're pretty much almost done with those. Now we've only got a few more super builds to do after all. And they're all going to be, most of them are going to be relatively cheap ones. Probably not going to go below maybe 500,000, maybe 450,000 if particularly expensive ones come up that I've forgotten about. But I'd be surprised if there were 200,000 more super bricks worth of super builds to build though. Yeah, that icon there is why this building's so special to me. But also, there's something else to it as well, right on the top roof. So let's go up and get that, shall we? Before we do this really time-consuming drill fill challenge, we'll do everything else on these roofs first. And then we'll just come back for the drill fill in a minute. First of all, we get our cat from the rooftop. The nice little view of that island off in the distance, and the bridge as well. I like that vista, it's a really nice view. But yeah, that you can maybe able to guess that this entire roof is going to be part of that particular drill fill. It's a big one. So let's do some of the smaller things first, shall we? So they're not bugging us while we're drill filling. And that's just me showing that's there, but I'm not going to bother with it. It's just down a ladder. It's fairly simple. But here we are. Let's build a star, shall we? And this is our final one of these stars. Which means we have completed the secret of this particular set of secrets. And we have our secret character token, the pop star, which doesn't show up in any location's character list or anything like that. So character token counter or whatever. It's just in the main game's character token counter. Of course it's one of the main ones, but not quite secret, but it's more of the really trickier ones to find. Well, this one's kind of funny because you can't see it, but on the Wii U menu you see him spawning halfway up the building and falling through the building to the ground floor before walking out, and that's really funny. But yeah, this is why this building's so special, because certainly it's just one of these. We might remember something about this particular one that we established in the previous episode. So let's chase this guy down, shall we? And get extraordinarily lucky while we do so. I was up all night to do that. See, he's already cropped off himself, crashing himself into everything else. I actually didn't realise he'd already lost 3 hearts there as well. He only has 1 heart left. And he's saying that because he's actually longer out the car. I just didn't notice. I thought his car was still there. I thought he's got 2 hearts left. But then I see him over there and I was like, you know what? There he is. Go get him. He was just sat there, taunting us like an idiot. It was ridiculous. If he'd actually noticed and run away, I probably would have lost that one, and that would have really annoyed me. But there we are, we've got him. And the main thing with that was, it was the final vehicle robber. Which means not only do we get his car, and a gold brick for troubles, we also get a bonus. Trump Morrison, our bonus character.
Whoa, Chase! I think you've arrested almost every single thief in the city.
And also, Ellie gets something to say whenever you do one of those, and that's a really cool little touch as well, that she mentions that you've got 100% of a collectible, and mentions its the effect that it has on the city itself. That's pretty cool. It's a nice touch that I quite like. I always like when characters notice when you've done something extraordinary like that. It's a really good feeling. So let's finally get around to our massive drill fill of 43 individual things. And here, of course, with those character tokens we just got, that's actually what brings us up to our final character token in the first set of character tokens that we could have completed, which is the residence set. So there will be a video accompanying this one shortly after it. There will be a video of me showing off all the character models using the phone booth things in that particular set. As I complete the set of characters or vehicles, I'll show off all the character models and vehicle models in that set and how they move and animate and things like that. Or in the case of most characters, just what outfits they wear and what their faces look like. But they're all showing off new parts that you can put on your characters when you're doing the assemble your own character thing. And that's something I quite like. And also something I noticed recording it as well, that first one, is whenever you actually unlock those characters and buy them in the shop, it doesn't just unlock them for you to use. Because as you unlock them, it actually starts spawning their faces all over the place as you start changing to them, as it starts like spawning other characters, because the pedestrians Basically, they are not separate character models. They are all cobbled together from parts of characters we have since unlocked. And that's a pretty cool thing. I really like that. So some of them have like the hair of the pop star and the top of, say, of Chase McCain. Well, not really, he's a unique one, but you know what I mean. Like some of them will have the generic characters, for example. A lot of them will have aspects of them that are from different characters to the initial model, if you know what I mean. It's hard to kind of explain, but it randomizes the character's parts based on parts instead of based on a whole, so that's pretty cool. But again, I think that only really happens with non-job character models. With the character models that are job associated, it doesn't really do that much. It only really does it with civilians. But there are multiple types of civilians, so yeah, that's fine too. Because there are actually like 3 or 4 categories of civilians, because there's the standard residents, there's also the one we haven't unlocked a whole lot of yet, but they're kind of commercial characters, who are like the characters like flight attendants and so on that have jobs around the area. And then there's 2 kinds of special characters as well, all those kind of like miscellaneous character models that don't quite fit anywhere else. But here we have our last character for this area, Ryan McLaughlin. We haven't got much else to do here, really. All we have left is this coffee break, so let's take care of that, shall we? Which seems like an appropriate way to end this video. And now we have absolutely everything in Bright Lights Plaza. Running out of places to explore. We've only got one more place in Lego City to fully explore of the main land masses. And that's going to be pretty fun to finish that off. So, once collecting these, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.